came to terms with everything that has happened in my
Yes, because when you get to a place where you're not dependent on other people's opinions and other people's actions, you can truly be happy and satisfied. Stoicism is a school of thought that actually helps a lot with that. I recommend it to everyone who has some emotional issues whatsoever.
reverse the damage that I've caused, man. At a point where I really don't know now. Trying to get myself out, trying to get that I call my life now. When my tears all dried out, right now I go harder now. Feel a better.
I love it. Networking is the thing that will get you to that can always get you to the next level. This is the thing. Like from perspective of personal success, the power of the network is the most important thing I have figured out so far. It's about who you know and who knows you. How do you
Okay, so I'm getting to the team as well. That was actually the plan since the beginning.
All right, lovely.
And yeah, so what's your vision for the future? What's ahead of you?
Well, in the last maybe half a year, I renounced the practice of talking about the future. I mean, let them see.
Okay.
To be honest, like future is, I've learned to be to think fast and slow in the same time. So I know where I want to end up 50 years from now. I know where I want to end up 30, 20, 10 years from now. In terms of my personal life, in terms of career goals. Nevertheless, I don't act based on mid-term goals. For example,
Okay.
I take a very long-term approach towards my personal finance. I save a particular amount of money, which is not too big, but I want to have some money that someone else actually manages. And this is a long-term, very risk management kind of strategy for my personal finance. On the other hand, I don't take actions that will have results for anything beyond 6 months. So I take actions that I can see through for the next 6 months. And people should have, I believe, I found it for myself, this duality of ways of thought. Take into consideration what's in front of you, but then as a risk management tool, take some steps to mitigate the downside in the long term.
And well, okay, you're risk managing, but I believe that you need to have a vision for yourself.
True.
At least, as you said, you know where you want to be in 10 years. I know it as well. Yes, so I'm curious to see your kind of vision for yourself. Okay, let's say in 10 years, what do you want to do? What's the most important for you?
Most important for me is to be happy, actually, and happiness is also a skill I came to learn in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Yes, because when you get to a place where you're not dependent on other people's opinions and other people's actions, you can truly be happy and satisfied. Stoicism is a school of thought that actually helps a lot with that. I recommend it to everyone who has some emotional issues whatsoever. Like read some Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, read the old stuff. I tend to find that old stuff works better than new stuff in terms of knowledge. Everything that's worth reading and worth putting to practice into your life is old.
it is out.
Yes.
So yeah, what's your vision for yourself?
Well, for me,
How do you see happiness?
Happiness is for me. For the first thing is waking up in the morning with energy. So if you have something to do that is purposeful, to know that you're impacting other people's lives, you will impact other people's life today with something that you do. This is meaningful. Now in the marketing agencies, we do that every day. We wake up, we start producing content, we start deploying it to the social media predominantly right now because this is just the vehicle that is most accessible for people.
Yeah.
And you know that people will see what you've produced, and you know that it will affect their behaviors.
Absolutely.
And on the other hand, when it comes to the financial part of my business, I know that what I'm going to provide today for a company is something that will help them pitch their business tomorrow to an investor. I know that when I talk to someone in personal terms about their personal finances, they will be better off 30 years from now. They might not get rich, but they will be
That's amazing.
financially stable. And very few people are actually today. I think that less than 10% of the people in Bulgaria actually have taken any long-term consideration regarding their personal finances.
I would say that we have actually the same vision with this show.
Mhm.
This show is made to be a culture changer.
Yes.
So
Fantastic.
it will, I want to affect people that are not affected by the other shows, because there are a lot of shows for leaders and how to develop entrepreneurship skills. But I believe that if we have a great impact on people, I would be very happy, because the meaning of all those meetings with the leaders is to actually see how these people think
Mhm.
and to adopt something that would work for you. And if you find something useful, please use it and let us know. And we will be very, very grateful to hear that people have applied some of these skills, some of these visions for themselves. If they have developed the right things in their lives, I'll be more than happy. And this is an impact that we want to make. And I would say in 10 years, for me, my personal goal is to actually be able to help people to have successful projects, and to be able to provide them with the resources and the knowledge, and to have my own successful project, but also develop the ecosystem in a way that it functions in a healthy way, in a sustainable way, as you said, for finances. So this show is definitely part of this vision, and this is why we do it.
Really honored to be here and part of this, man. It's like I'm sure that 10 years from now we will look back to those first shows and see how the show has evolved, how the community has evolved around it, and
How it sucked at the beginning.
of
It
course,
sucks.
I mean, come on. It doesn't actually. There's a lot of value here, but it. We live in an amazing time now. Technology is so cheap. This camera here is affordable for every single person who can and wants to document their journey.
Yeah.
And the most valuable thing about this kind of shows and people listening to this kind of information is that they will look back 10 years from now and think, wow, I heard Joro talking about this like 10 years ago, and now I'm executing on it without even thinking about it. This is what I mentioned in the beginning, like you learn through osmosis.
Yeah.
And actually, you don't need to be, these kind of shows are the shortcut to getting the information without having direct access to the leaders. I did
Yeah.
the same. It was not just physical people that I worked with. I spent like 6 hours a day when I was commuting late at night on my own. In my lunch break, I always used to listen to shows like that and filtering through ideas that I felt are worth it and trying to execute afterwards.
Yeah, we'll try to get better and better in communicating these ideas, and I'll be happy to have you again in the show.
That would be lovely.
And I have an idea. We'll probably form a club of people that have participated in the show.
Awesome.
So it might be Meet the Leaders Podcasts Club, and we'll get together a few times in the year.
I love it.
And I believe that this would be powerful community.
I love it. Networking is the thing that will get you to that can always get you to the next level. This is the thing. Like from perspective of personal success,
Yeah.
the power of the network is the most important thing I have figured out so far. It's about who you know and who knows you.
How do you keep this network active?
Throw projects at them on a regular basis. Look, the way you keep a network active is again transferring value. Like try to connect people who can work together and who
Yes.
can be beneficial to each other. For example, a friend of mine who owns a aluminium factory in Plovdiv. Like he's one of my best friends.
Okay.
He calls me a couple of weeks ago and says there has been a treaty signed between Bulgaria and Armenia for exchange of labor force. Can you, like, do you know someone in Armenia who can help? Because we need qualified people to work in the factory. And I said, I don't know, let me check. I call a friend of mine in London who I used to live with in the dorm here, my first year in university, who is 3 years older than me.
Yeah.
He's in London. He started his career here at an insurance company. Went there. Now he's a manager. He got involved into some very interesting people. He's now consulting on a $1 billion project in Armenia. One phone call away, and he gave us the HR agency that now my friend is in contact with.
Cutting edge.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for being on the show, man.
Thank you, man.
Really, I'm very
Pleasure.
happy to have you. And wait for the next episode. I'm going to Thailand, so it's gonna be a tropical episode, and we will find the best leaders there. But still, you will be able to talk to them through the show. Thank you very much again for participating, and welcome to the next episode. See the link below.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.